सवाल कोई पूछना हो, any questions or observations as usual? Yes, Nadeem?
The first, I'll ask a couple of questions, if it's alright. In Surah Baqarah, the Quran, or the chapter starts off, this whole sequence of things that happens. First of all, it starts off with the fundamental declaration that this is the perfect book. And then it goes on to the story of Adam and Eve. And then moving on to completing the story of Adam and Eve, it then starts to discuss the children of Israel, the Jewish history. I'd like to ask, can you explain the sequence? Why is it straight afterwards, from the time of Adam and Eve, the very next issue, that it starts with the children?
This is a very interesting subject, and a subject which should not be discussed here offhand, because I have already worked on this from the sequence point of view. Also, Muslim in his commentary has spoken particularly on the subject of sequence, not only the internal sequence which we work with, but also the interrelationship of surahs with surahs, chapters with chapters. So this is one aspect of the commentary which is generally left out, perhaps mostly, in great majority of cases, by other Muslim scholars previous to here. So, as I told you, this should be made a subject of regular class. This forum is not fit for this.
In the Quran, I can't remember somewhere mentions a book that is in heaven, of which the Quran, some Muslims say, a copy of this book in heaven, or some kind of reduction. Can you explain what it means?
It says long mahfuz. In reality it means that the holy book is guaranteed for all times to come to be kept pure and free from all adulteration. This is a guarantee given by the Holy Quran. Now it may happen that the copies which we have may have some sort of interpolation or maybe unconscious or maybe conscious by mystic mongers. So that attempt at least can be made, and then those such attempts have been made previously. According to some information, I am not very sure of its authenticity, but the report is there that some time ago there was a Jewish attempt to interpolate the Holy Quran and circulate the copies of this interpolated version. Also, we know certain Muslim sects, some sects among the Shiites in particular, have a belief that the Holy Quran was not 30 chapters, it was 40 chapters. And the 10 chapters which dealt with the question of spiritual inheritance of prophethood or the Imamat by Hadhrat Ali, and other verses containing his superiority over others, and subject of Shiaism in general. All these 10 chapters have been removed from the Holy Quran known as complete. So there is in Lucknow and some other parts of India officially such copies which are held to be the complete Holy Quran by Shia. So that attempt is made not only by the enemy of Islam, but by those who believe in Islam. So such possibilities are there. But this gives us guarantee that the long mahfuz, that Allah has this preserved with Him. Law does not mean ordinary law as we know it. Law means with in some system available with Allah, the recording system which he has, this book is recorded completely, dot to dot, and whatever attempts will be made, they will be frustrated and the book will remain intact. Now this can also apply to the efforts of the people to change its meaning. Number one, the first part of the answer which I am giving, I come back to it, that all the attempts which will be made by the people to change this text will be frustrated, and even if they remove the entire Holy Quran from earth, the Holy Quran as such will remain preserved with God, and He will see to it that it does not disappear. I mean, that is the general message, not that it will happen. In fact, it is just a guarantee and surety that it cannot happen. That's all. But the second part of my answer to which I am coming now, that it keeps happening in a way that generally people don't know that we are interpreting the Holy Quran, but it's being interpreted. For instance, a verse of the Holy Quran is wrongly interpreted. Well, there may be some genuine innocent mistake, and the wrong done may not be very great. Maybe it's just difference of opinion, this is also right and that is also right, that sort of thing. But occasionally, not only occasionally, very often happens that some fundamentals of the of Islamic faith are concerned, and a verse of the Holy Quran is given a twist by certain believers in the direction of their beliefs, and in other direction by the holders of some other beliefs. And they both attribute their beliefs to the Holy Quran, while their beliefs are hostile to each other, contradictory to each other. So this is the sort of interpolation which has been going on and on for centuries, until 72 sects came into being in a grading process. Some mistakes were committed here and some there in various centuries. And the sects kept on being born, based almost always on the Holy Quran, sometimes on difference of opinion on the explanation of tradition of the Holy Prophet. But the Holy Quran was generally involved. So the Law Mahfuz is a message that its meaning is kept pure and guarded with Allah, and Allah will see to it that when an attempt is made to distort the meaning of the Holy Quran, something will be done by Allah to put it back into its original position. That is, the true meaning will be guarded and explained to the people. That has been happening also throughout Muslim history. Not only Mujaddideen, but also some other great scholars of renown have been sent by Allah, who, whenever such attempts to distort the meaning of the Holy Quran was made, countered it by starting a movement against it and putting the things back in order. So that also is observable. It's a phenomenon which is very visible. Now, another question arises from this situation. All right, the attempt was made, yet the damage was done. Yet all the Muslims did not agree to that rectified version, or the true version, not rectified, but the true version of the Holy Quran, and the meaning as far as it was discarded remained operative in certain regions and in certain sects. So what is the answer to this? The answer to this is simply this, that Law Mahfuz does not mean that no distorted mind would conceive different thing of the Holy Quran than actually it is said. It does not mean that. It only means, and the guarantee means, that if some distorted